Now to a Target 12 Investigators exclusive. Abandoned barracks. You may not know it, but the Portsmouth State Police Barracks has been shut down now for more than 5 years.
Leaving only 4 barracks online across the state and increasing state police response times to Aquidneck Island and the East Bay. Now with the casino set to open just miles away, the head of the state police is pushing to reopen the doors of the historic state police location. Target 12 investigator Tim White is here now with the exclusive details.
If someone comes here to the Portsmouth Barracks, they're going to find the door locked and instructions to pick up this telephone, which rings nearly 20 miles from here. The weight room sits unused, halls empty. The holding cells haven't held the accused in years. Target 12 cameras given access to the now shuttered Portsmouth State Police Barracks. In 2012, the facility on East Main Road quietly shut its doors, taken out of service after nearly 8 decades as a dispatch point for state troopers.
It was a staffing issue. Our intentions were to reopen it again, and that's what my goal is, to reopen it.
The barracks were closed before Colonel Anna Sumpico took the job as superintendent, but she says a shortage of troopers and a larger demand on the agency led to the pullout and continued closure.
We're just more of a reactive agency now instead of proactive. And we used to do a lot of patrolling up here, especially on Route 24.
To respond to Aquidneck Island or East Bay, troopers are now sent from Wickford. It's the closest barracks, 18 miles away. Are you worried that people in this area, they're in trouble and they drive to the barracks and knock on the door and no one's home?
Yeah, we don't like the idea of that at all. They can pick up a phone at the front of the barracks, but it's a great concern to us.
As if to underscore the point, during our interview with Colonel Asumpico, Richard Valancourt of Tiverton walked over looking to talk to a trooper. He found the front door locked. Did you know that the barracks was closed?
I did not.
You're a Tiverton resident. What's your reaction when you hear that this place is shut down?
I'm flabbergasted. They shouldn't shut it down.
Asumpico, who worked out of the Portsmouth Barracks as a trooper, says it's a priority for her to get it back open, especially with a new casino coming online in Tiverton. But she says they need more bodies to do it. The state police currently has 228 members, down from 265 4 years ago. The colonel has ambitious goals.
In the next 5 years, I would like to get us up to 300 troopers. We need them. That's where we should be.
But that would take a series of recruitment classes, which would need approval and money from state lawmakers. While dated, officials say it wouldn't take much to get the building back up and running. It was even recently outfitted with a new furnace and roof.
How long do we wait? It's a tough time for the state right now, and I realize that too. But we're going to keep doing the best we can to try to get this barracks open and to have another class as soon as possible.
More staffing issues could be looming for the state police. 25 troopers are eligible to retire this year, 30 next year. Colonel Asumpico just announced a recruitment class for an academy set for 2018. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.
New details now in a Target 12 investigators exclusive. Abandoned barracks.
As we reported live at 5, the head of the state police is looking into reopening the state police barracks in Portsmouth. Officials say staffing issues led to the closure of the historic building back in 2012.
And we've learned when it comes to the land the state police barracks are on, if state police don't use it, they lose it.
Let's get right to Target 12 investigator Tim White with the details from the East Bay Mobile Newsroom.
The state police barracks here in Portsmouth was built in the 1930s, and it was a famous, wealthy Rhode Island politician who offered up this prime piece of land to the state. It's been 5 years since these rooms were teeming with state troopers. The Portsmouth State Police Barracks, once a dispatch location for Aquidneck Island and the East Bay, remains out of service.
The barracks is closed, but we still do get calls. They just have to respond from a different barracks.
And where are they responding from?
The Wickford barracks.
Does that concern you?
Yes, that's a distance.
Colonel Anna Sumpico says she is looking to grow the ranks of the state police so the barracks in Portsmouth can once again be up and running, telling Target 12 she hopes to get membership currently at 228 up to 300 troopers within 5 years.
A lot of local agencies are depending on us more than ever now. We get constant calls weekly, daily. You have smaller departments around the state, and they still need our help.
The building now sits unused after 80 years in service, leaving only 4 barracks in operation statewide. Portsmouth tax records show the land was granted to the state by wealthy businessman William Vanderbilt, who would later become the governor of Rhode Island.
They donated the land to the state police. That was around 1933. The barracks was put up in 1935. Very similar to what you've seen inside.
Asumpico says the state paid just $10 for the land then, real estate that could fetch a pretty penny for the state now. The barracks sits on nearly 3 acres of land facing Mount Hope Bay on East Main Road. But Asumpico says the state police couldn't cash in on the land even if they wanted to.
It has to stay within the state police because if we're not going to use it or it's ever torn down, the land will go back to that original family.
With a new casino set to open in 2018 in Tiverton, Asumpico is looking to reopen the barracks to increase patrols in the area and be a dispatch point for the East Bay.
If we do make an arrest in the new Tiverton casino, we have to make sure that we can book them and then transport them and have them arraigned, and this barracks will do all that.
Colonel Asumpico says it would take 20 state police personnel, that's troopers and supervisors, to get the Portsmouth barracks back up and running. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.